everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is Friday the 19th of April and I'm carrying on from my last video, so if you haven't watched that, it'll be up here to go watch. So yeah, it's Friday. I've got a double header of races this weekend on both Saturday and Sunday, and I'm about to head out for my pre-race ride. So I thought I'd show you what I'm getting up to before and during my races this weekend. So the idea of these race prep rides is pretty simple. It's just an activation before the race. So I normally do about 1 to 2 hours with a couple of progressive 3-minute ramp up efforts on some hills, and then finish it off with a couple of light gear 10-second sprints, just getting the legs going. But it's not really about building fatigue, it's more about ticking over. So here we are, about 34 minutes into our ride. Bit of an overcast day, but not a breath of wind. And I've barely seen a soul. Well, I haven't seen a single car. I've only seen one old French bloke on his bike carrying his baguettes. So yeah, gotta appreciate things like this. Quiet, peaceful, could be a lot worse. I'm about to start my first effort soon up the 1 mile hill, the classic. But I thought I'd say something that I started doing a lot more on these rides is eating more frequently. I've realised that the days before these races, really all you're doing, especially this weekend with a double week or a double race, is about carbing up as much as you can. So it seemed kind of pointless. But although it was an easy ride, not fueling on them, and it just means that I'm burning fuel and not really putting it back on the go. So I spoke to a couple of people about it, and they said that it's probably best to eat every 20 to 30 minutes while you're riding, just to literally stay on top of it so it doesn't drop, it's just constant. So even though you've been for a ride, you've put the same amount of fuel back on. So yeah, I'm gonna have a bar in a minute and then hit the first effort. Every time I stare into your eyes. So did my ride, was all good. It's now the evening. I've just chilled out this afternoon, really. Just getting my bike sorted and not doing much. Eating plenty of food, keeping my feet up. I'm just having a look at the course for tomorrow. The good thing about some of these smaller races is that I don't really have to go into as much detail when it's just laps on a small circuit as I would on a big stage sort of race, where it's a lot longer and lots of small roads and key points where it could be important in the race. Where tomorrow's race is going to be about 90 kilometers, so a lot shorter than what I've been doing in previous weeks, and it's 13 laps of 7 kilometers. There's one bit of narrow road which will be interesting, and there's a crosswind section going into that narrow road, so maybe that's where a move will go, but I'll have to see once I've ridden it tomorrow. That's the other thing as well, I can ride the whole laps tomorrow and then get a really good idea. But weather's looking good, looks like it'll be a dry race, not much wind around, so can't complain really after the past couple of weeks of rain and wind all the time. It's a nice change. So gonna head off to bed in a minute for an early start, well for me, and I will see you guys on race day. I'm just having my breakfast, a couple of eggs on toast as a little starter, and then I'll have a big bowl of porridge and plenty of coffee to keep me going. Just chilling out for a bit here, and then it's about an hour-and-a-half drive towards a race, which I'll head towards in about an hour. So just arrived at the race, just under 2 hours to go. Sun's out still. It's surprisingly warm actually, 16 degrees, so it could be quite a warm race. Good thing it's a short one because I don't have anyone else to give me bottles today. I'm solo, which is a bit more of a pain, but part of it. Just gonna get my kit ready now, get my numbers, and then warm up. Race done. As you guys can probably tell, I'm back home now. It was quite a long drive there, so I just wanted to, once the race was finished, just get back as quick as I can in order to recover for tomorrow. About the race, it was interesting. The problem sometimes with these smaller races is I look at the circuits on Strava because there's not loads of other info about it, and sort of go off that on how hilly it is. So I was expecting it to be a lot hillier than it was, but it wasn't really. It was 7K circuit, and when I warming up I realised this is pretty much a crit. Road surfaces were really crap as well. It was quite bumpy, so my back's killing me right now. But I was active. I got in what I thought was a really good breakaway with some of the strongest riders in the race. And we were away for about 30 minutes. We were working well, we had a good gap. And then in a lap, it got brought back pretty much. And I didn't really know why. I still don't really know why, because there was no big teams working together at this race. So yeah, slightly frustrating, but it shows I felt really good and I was able to get in the breakaway. And then it came down in the end towards a sprint. There were two riders up at the road ahead. And yeah, it came down to sprint and I gave it a go, but sprinting's not really my thing. So I think I got a top 15. I'm just waiting for the results still, but I'll put here somewhere what I did get. Yeah, one race down, now time to recover. I've eaten lots after the race, obviously, protein shake. Now back here, I'll shower and then eat again, and then it will be recover, sleep, ready to go again for another tough race tomorrow, hopefully. Hey everyone, so it's now Sunday. I went to bed last night actually feeling quite fresh, but not really that this morning. My legs are feeling pretty tired actually saying that, so hopefully once we get going and start riding they'll wake up a bit. But yeah, I've had my breakfast. I just put my bike and everything in the car and got that all packed, and then I'm about to get changed and head off for another race today, which hopefully should be a bit hillier than yesterday. So I'll give you more race info when I get to the start. Just arrived at the race and the sun's starting to come out a bit, which should be good. It was raining earlier actually, and a bit overcast, so forecast is saying it's going to brighten up, so hopefully that. Driving here, I noticed it's quite windy actually, so I think that will play a big effect into the race. We do two different circuits. The first is 14 kilometers and we do that 6 times, and then we go on to a smaller circuit of 5 kilometers and do that another 6 times. The first one's a hillier one, and I wouldn't mind trying to go for the climber's jersey if I can. So that's my plan currently. I'm gonna get signed on, get my numbers, do my warm-up, and then I will give you guys some feedback after the race. What a race. That was bloody hard. I was in the breakaway from the first lap and it stayed away, and I managed to get 5th place, which I'm really happy about. Cocked up the sprint a bit, but sprints aren't my thing. I really tried going for the best climbers jersey and I got 2nd, so to be honest I'm more frustrated with that because I wouldn't have minded a polka dot jersey, but you know, still got €50 preem, so that's going to go a long way because I've really struggled with money this month, so hopefully that will actually get me through the month and into May. But yeah, happy, tired,
I don't really know what to say, to be honest, but yeah, I just need some food in me and a lie down, so I'll do a bit more of a debrief later, but there's my update straight from the race. It's now Monday, the day after my double race weekend, and the legs are certainly feeling it a bit. I've had some time to think about the weekend's racing, and it was really good. Getting both 12th on Saturday and 5th yesterday. Yeah, it's huge improvements from what I had last week and what I talked about in the last video. It's really good to be back in the front of racing, and hopefully for that to continue for future weeks. I would also like to say I've just started editing this video today, and I've noticed the lack of actual racing footage. This video is a lot of me just talking. So hopefully if you've got this far, I haven't bored you too much with it. It's something I'm going to need to work out again, how to get some footage for the coming weeks, and maybe get the GoPro back on. Yeah, so sorry for that, but I'm going to try and get it more exciting. That's pretty much it for this video. Thanks again for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already as well. That's something I'm trying to get more and more subscribers at the moment, so people can see these videos. So if you haven't done that, please do. And I'll see you guys in the next one.